You can't hear me well. Anybody else can hear me well? Let me see.
You're good. You're just kind of quiet compared to usual. We had to turn our volume up quite a bit.
Is that better?
A little bit.
Okay. I have my thing turned up. Let me know if it's not loud enough.
You're good.
Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, just let me know. What'd you say? Okay, fine for you, Erin. Okay, good. So I was just in the team page posting this, and I'm going to go ahead and just be really honest. I'm one of those people, and if you know me, that you already know this, but if you're brand new, I'm one of those very transparent people. So what you see is what you get. And so if I have a bad day, I'm going to say, hey, I've had a bad day. You know, champ eights have bad days, just like brand new people. Michael Rutherford is awesome. He's $1 million earner. He has bad days, and he has a great attitude, but there's days that he has rough times, right? Frustrations, and there's lots of things going on. I have a super busy, hectic life. I have my grandson crying in the background. You probably hear that. My husband's trying to put him to bed. We've had so many new people like trying to just get everybody on board and get excited and not miss anything. And shipping, and then we have things coming down, little bumps and hiccups. So sometimes you just have one of those days, and today was one of those days. So you'll have to bear with me. I'm probably look like a hot mess. I haven't had my hair done. Look at that gray hair in like weeks. So I swear I'm going this weekend. But our heart for y'all, especially if you're new, is to get you guys running. Like, we want you to be as successful as possible, as quick as possible. So that our focus is to help you guys get to GoPro and MVP and feel confident in what you're doing and how to do it. Does that make sense? Everybody? Okay. So the reason why we have these Zooms and the reason why we have training every Thursday is to prepare you and to let you know what you need to do to be successful. So you can start earning a paycheck, so you can hit those bonuses, so you're not coming to us saying, oh man, I didn't have a smart ship, so I missed out on my Prova bucks. Or, oh man, I didn't push the Go challenge, so I didn't get my volume to my GoPro bonus. So these are exactly why these Zooms, these trainings are so important to get on, because we want you to have all the information you need to be successful. So, and that's why we ask you guys to get on. I understand that we have a lot of things going on, that we all have families, we all have kids and spouses, and some of y'all I don't, but some of y'all work another job. I have mad respect for you if you do this and work another job, because I don't know how anybody can juggle both. So I hats off to you guys that do. But it's really, really important that y'all understand my thought, and I'll just speak for myself, my thought is that right now, as large as we are already so quickly, like I said last night, I can't reach out to every single person that joins my team. I just can't. It would take me all day, every day, just to try to get half of it. So I really it's important to me that I'm creating leaders that are confident in what they're doing and they can help and train their teams. So Amanda and Chad are my personals. I signed them. So they're my level ones. I don't have to reach down into their 2s and 3s and 4s to tell them what to do. Do you know why? Because I train Amanda and Chad and they know what to do. So now I don't have to worry if their level 2s, 3s, and 4s know what to do, because they know what to do and I have full confidence in them as leaders. So if there's a problem with their level 3 or something goes on, that level 3, I have 100% confidence that if that level 3 goes to Amanda and Chad, they're going to get it resolved. For any reason, if they can't, I also know that Chad and Amanda are going to come to me and say, okay, I tried to figure this out. I can't figure it out. So can you help me? So I want y'all to know that we are a team and we do things all the time as a team. But I think it's really important that you kind of go through the chain so you're not missing anybody. So even though I'm at the top of the tree, because I kind of started the group, I joined under Casey, and so like everybody here is under me somehow. And I never mind helping anybody, never mind doing a 3-way, a Zoom, or anything, or answering questions. But go to your sponsor first, just out of respect for them and for learning purposes. So if they don't know it, they can find the answer and then bring it back to you, right? That's how you're going to build a solid team, and that's duplicatable. So if Chad and Amanda weren't coming to me and asking me questions, and they were going to Michael and skipping me and Casey and Natalie, that would be a lot of pressure on Michael, right? Like, he'd be like, why are you, did you talk to Kelly? Have you talked to Casey? Have you talked to Natalie? Like, he would expect that, they talk to all of us first. So it's something that I think that we need to just get used to doing, and just out of respect for your leader. And that way everybody's on the same page. The communication is there. And we're all learning and growing as leaders and kind of stepping into our own leadership as whatever rank you are. So your team does that same thing with you eventually. So I know that, coming into it, a lot of people, you learn, okay, well, Kelly is at the top, so I'm just going to go ask her, or, she's been doing this for longer, so I'll ask her to do a Zoom, and that's awesome. I don't mind doing it, but Chad and Amanda joined me like a few weeks after I joined. Aaron and Mike joined like right after I joined. So we're all kind of at the same place. And I would love to join them in their teams to do a Zoom. But my whole thing is just don't skip over your leader and go to another leader without going to them first, just to see if they can help you or have the answer. We're all a team, and we'll all participate, and we'd love to do that. We'd love to do things together, but I think sometimes there's a lack of communication within the teams, and so I don't want that to happen. I want to make sure that everybody's on board. Your sponsor knows if you're struggling, because if you come to me and you're saying, gosh, I'm not sure what to do, I have this problem, then I'm thinking, well, why did you go to Amanda and Chad, or have you gone to a sponsor? Because what if your sponsor has no idea? And then I reach out to your sponsor and say, hey, so-and-so messaged me and they're totally lost. They have no idea. Then they're like, what? I had no idea that they were lost. So it's important so everybody's on the same page that we all can help you. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you understand my heart in that there's no one that doesn't want to help you. We all do, but there's just kind of like a chain of command to follow, just so everybody's on the same page. So make sure that we're doing that for sure. I will say right now, I don't have any of the answers as far as shipping. So I'm getting tons of messages every single day saying, hey, I have this order. Do you know what shipping? I don't work in shipping, and no one gives me shipping updates any more than you. If you come to me and there's a problem, there's something, there's been an order sitting for a week and it hasn't moved, then I can go to Casey, and then I can say, hey, Casey, can we get with Natalie and Michael, because there's somebody on our team is a week in and doesn't have their product. But I don't know everything that goes on with shipping. So I know everybody kind of wants me to be the know-all, but sometimes I don't know. So let your sponsor know if you have a customer that doesn't have an order, or if your order is late, then your sponsor or your champ will come to me, and then I can kind of group them together, and then I can go to Casey and Natalie and Michael. So I do know right now that, and I'm getting a lot of these questions too about the Max. So a lot of you guys ordered Max at Epic, and it hasn't shipped yet. So it's not going to ship yet. It's going to ship. There was some confusion at Epic, and I was confused too, because when they made the announcement, it sounded like the first 500 were going to be shipped at that time. They weren't. So they're still not. So all of us that, invested in that pack are still waiting for ours as well. If you've just now ordered the Max with the special, the 100 servings for $6.50, those will ship after the original ship out. So everybody who ordered a Max pack at Epic is going to get theirs mid-March to end of March. So if you've just ordered Max, you will not see that, more than likely. Let's just go for April. So maybe at the end of March, but more likely April. Okay, so if you were confused on that, I apologize, but they are not shipping right away. So the reason for that is that when we very first launched in September of 2015, they were back ordered like massive. So they didn't realize the demand would be so great. So their supply was way too small for demand. So they had a really bad issue when they very first started about supply and demand. So they do not want to do that again. And so that's really a good thing. So they're holding off launching to our customers with the Max until they know for certain that they're going to have enough to fill the orders. So we actually really thankful for that. I know it's a little frustrating, but it's coming. I promise. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. So just sit tight with the Max. You'll see it by April. It'll be launched more than likely. I think it'll be before that, but let's just say April just to be safe so no one's stressing out about it. Okay. Just wanted to go through a couple of housekeeping things before we dive in. Thank you. I appreciate you too, Len. So a couple other things really quick. The Biohackers page, I mentioned this last night, that page is for absolutely only people on my team. So you don't add anybody in there, no customers, no one's thinking about being a promoter. It's only for my team specifically. So only add your new promoters in that page. And also that page is not really for, I would rather questions, if it's something that you have asked in your upline says, that's a great question for biohackers. So go in and post that. But if it's something that you're struggling with, if it's a product question, if it's about shipping, or if it's just something that your personal sponsor or your sponsor's champion can answer, I'd really rather that you guys send a message to your sponsor or your champion, because it'll keep that page very, clear for training, Zooms, corporate information, anything that comes down, welcoming new people, ranks and things like that. So if you have a question, take it to your sponsor. Again, that's communication. It's going to help your sponsor know where you're at, know what kind of things you're going on with. If you're struggling with your product, if you're struggling with shipping, if you don't get an answer from your sponsor, then go to the champ. So if you're on Aaron and Mike's team and you're 5 levels down and you ask your sponsor and they're brand new and they have no idea, then you would reach out to Aaron and Mike. Okay, so same thing with the West and all my other teams, Shanna and everybody. So Jessica, all of them, because they all need to know what's going on within their team, right? So if they miss it, like if you post something and they don't see it, and biohackers, then they have no idea what's going on with you. So it's another, just communication. We want everybody to be successful, and we know that sometimes people get in this and then they realize, oh gosh, I can't manage this with my life, or I'm just not willing to, and it's not the right circumstances. So people don't go full time in the business, or they don't work this 100%. It's not their priority. And that, like Natalie said last night, it's totally fine. Like, we're gonna love you where you're at, no matter what. No problem, William. This is what I want you to do. If you're on the Zoom and you're brand new and you're like, I just want to get started. I really want this business to work. We want to make sure that you get trained and have all the tools to do it. If you've been in for a while and you haven't done what you've wanted to do, and you're ready to do it, and you're like, okay, I need to turn this around, like I need to put more effort into this, I need to, engage, you need to reach out to your upline again and let them know. It's important that you have open communication with your sponsor and your sponsor's upline so they can help you, because they can't reach out to you every time. How are you doing? Do you need help? Do you know this? Do you know that? So if you don't know something, or if you feel like you're not solid in a certain area, or if you're lacking in a certain area, posting on Facebook, if you're not getting customers, if you haven't unloaded your experience pack, if it's a volume thing, whatever it is, make sure you're communicating that so we can help you. If you don't communicate that to us, then we won't be able to help, okay? So there's a lot of tools, but you have to utilize them. And Michael, we had a conversation. I talked to some champs tonight, and Michael and I had talked yesterday, and I really want to see the people that want this to work, like that need this to work, 100% work for them. Like, I want to see y'all at champion if that's what you want to do. And I want to make sure, I don't care if you're my level 1 or 30, if you say, I want to be a champion, then I want to make sure that happens. So I want to make sure that you get the training, you're on the Zooms, we get on 3-ways with you. We're giving you everything that you can be successful. So I'm asking you to do me a favor and tell me. Reach out to me and say, like, Natalie, are you a 3? We need to know if you're a 3. You need to be very proactive in your communication with your uplines, the whole upline team, to say, hey, I want to run with this. Like, I want this. I'm ready to go. Show me what to do. So I really just think that communication is so, so key, and we've lost it a couple times only because we've been going at lightning speed. You know what I mean? Or only because, you know, when you're putting hundreds and hundreds of people on, it's likely to happen, right? So we love everybody. We love you where you're at, but if you're ready to do this, then let's do it. Like, no excuses. Let's just get on board and run with it so we can start seeing you hitting the GoPro, hitting MVP, and then growing all the way to champion. I know it can be done because I went champ in 30 days, so I absolutely know it can be done. I think Candy and David went less than 30, maybe Amanda and Chad did too. So not only did there's several other people that have hit champion so fast. So if you've just come in, I want you to know that you could totally 100% do it. Like, you could hit champ as fast as you want to. It's what you put into it. So if you just hit GoPro and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun, I love this, like, you get that little feeling because you hit GoPro, you want this, then that's it. That's that feeling. All you have to do is run with it. That means you just do more and more and a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And if you do the things that we're telling you to, if you follow the leader like we have done, you will get there, and you will get there fast. So it's very, very simple. And we're going to go through super simple steps tonight to ensure that those things happen. So if you're waiting for your experience pack right now, you may have to wait a little longer. Anytime that we've had a sale, I'll just be honest, we've had extended shipping. Why? Because we're doing millions of dollars a month in revenue. We did over $11 million in a month. That's a lot of ketones. That's a lot of shipping going out, right? That's a ton of stuff going out. So if you've ordered an experience pack, I promise you, you're going to get it. You just have to be a little bit patient because it's on its way. So as you're waiting for that experience pack, you're going to be doing all the things that are creating excitement and are creating curiosity, okay? Your coming out posts, as a lot of people say it, we don't want you to say this whole thing about Prove It and this whole thing about Keto OS. A lot of other companies have you do that. They say, oh, you know, I joined Prove It, it's amazing, we have ketones and it's awesome, and it does this, and this. We don't do that. We don't want you to do that. We want you to do little tiny things on social media that attract attention, that attract curiosity. So post engaging things that are gonna invoke questions. So in comments. So if you post something like, who's ever tried the Atkins diet and failed because it was so hard? Question mark, question mark. That's it. The reason why we use that is because half the world has tried the Atkins diet at some point. And so there are going to be 15, 20, 30 people that will see that and engage you just because they've done it. So they might just say, yeah, I tried it. Or they might say, yeah, it was awesome, I lost a ton of weight. They might say, oh gosh, yeah, I tried it, but it was so hard, I couldn't do it. That's the whole idea. That's the outcome that we're looking for, is the commenting, the likes. That's creating curiosity. We don't do the Atkins diet necessarily. It's just low carb, so it's familiar, but it's the engagement that we're looking for. Same thing with, you could say something like, how many other moms are totally exhausted by 3 o'clock and want to take a nap? Question mark, question mark. You'll get half your moms on social media saying like, or love. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, yes, I need a nap. I don't know how I do it. I need a Monster, or yeah, I function on Red Bull. That's what we want. It's the engagement that you're looking for. You're just looking for people to interact on your page and on your social media. You can talk about how excited you are. Maybe that something really exciting is coming up, or you're looking forward to something really exciting. Those are kind of things that catch people's eye as they scroll through your newsfeed. So they're gonna be like, I wonder what Chrissy's up to. You know, she keeps talking about being excited about something, or something new is going on and she can't wait. Or, you know, Chrissy said, oh gosh, it's on its way. You know, I can't wait till it gets here. I wonder what she's talking about. And they may post, well, what are you so excited about? Or what are you waiting for? Those are engaging in posts. Those are posts that create curiosity and create excitement. So that's what I mean by that. And there's a ton of stuff. You can make up your own stuff. I mean, you guys are super witty and fun. If you need help, ask your sponsor, because there's a list. We have a ton of them. Just engaging little things that will invoke comments and likes. And there's a method to our madness, I promise you. We're not just having you do that for no reason. So if you're waiting right now for product, and if you're brand new and you haven't made a post yet, or you're not sure what to say, that is what we want you to do. Just engage curiosity and excitement. Once you do that and you start getting likes and you start having people engage and asking you questions or commenting on your Atkins posts or your tired posts, That's when you start our business model. It's literally how we work this business. It's watch, connect, experience, and enroll. It's that simple. There's no variation from it. It's if you can keep to this, you're going to go fast. So the watch is what you do after you create excitement and curiosity. So when people engage your post and like it or comment, you're going to shoot them the campfire video. Your campfire video is your experience keto site. So when you join Prove It, you have four. You have four websites, especially specifically to you. Your experience keto is your campfire video. People can request a sample from that video from you. You're going to get a text or an email. I highly suggest you setting up a PayPal. That's what I use. I don't know if you guys have other ideas. I know some places Google or Facebook even does it. I don't know. I use PayPal because it's trusted and I can do invoices and for tax purposes. So it's free. You can, if they send you money for experience tax, they can send it friends and family and it doesn't cost you anything. So that's how I do my samples is PayPal. So when you send them your experience keto link, you're going to say something like, hey, Susie Q, I saw that you commented on my Atkins post and tried the Atkins diet. Holy smokes, I've been taking ketones for the last week or two and I absolutely love it. I would love for you to watch this quick video and hit me back when you're done and tell me what you think. Okay, some variation of that. What you're basically doing is asking someone to watch the video and you're asking them to write you back and tell you what they think. Don't forget that last part. Don't just say, hey, watch this video. Or send the video with nothing. Don't do that. Don't spam people. Never send that link unless you say something. You want to ask people and tell them why you're excited. I'm so excited I've been taking ketones, or oh my gosh, I have so much more energy. Whatever it is that you're benefiting from. I'm sleeping so good. I'm so focused. I would love for you to watch this quick video and hit me back and tell me what you think when you're done. Okay, that's going to provoke them to write you back because you've asked. So instead of just watching the video and not writing you back, you ask them to, so they're going to hit you back and say something, right? That's the first step. That's the watch, okay? That's the easy part. I mean, how hard is it to send a video, right? We can all do that. It's a click of a button. You send it over, your experience keto link, and then you're done. The second step, this is the most important step. This is the most crucial step in your business. Sorry, my husband decided to do dishes. Sorry, wow. The connect part is the most important. I can tell you right now that tons of y'all on this team have skipped this step and have not moved forward because you skipped this step. So if you have not connected, I'm going to tell you, and you're not doing well, you haven't moved forward, this is why. I can almost guarantee it. If you're sending the video and then you're answering questions and you're having a conversation with your potentials, you're doing it wrong, okay? I'll go over that in just a second, Alicia. So if you're answering questions, hear me. If you're responding to your people, messaging your friends and family, and you're telling them about this product, you're doing it wrong. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's how it works here, okay? So the most important step, the most crucial step is connect. So after you ask Susie Q, hey Susie Q, I'm so excited about the product, watch this quick video and hit me back and tell me what you think. So as soon as Susie Q hits you back and says, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Like I could totally use that. I'm looking to lose a couple pounds, or wow, whatever. I love that. I'm definitely interested. But I have Crohn's. Can I take this if I have Crohn's? Or they may say, oh gosh, that looks really cool, but I have diabetes. Is this safe for diabetics? Your initial response is the most important, and it's nothing. We don't want you to say anything. What we want you to do is connect them immediately without asking. Just put your sponsor or your upline or your champ, one of us, into that chat. You don't ask, because if you ask, they'll say no, because they don't know what a three-way is. They don't understand what that means. They're not networkers, and that is intimidating because then they think you're trying to sell them. So if you don't ask and you listen and follow kind of my lead here, you'll understand. So if Susie Q asks me, oh my gosh, that sounds so awesome, but I have Crohn's. Can I take this if I have Crohn's? I'm going to throw Casey in and say, hey, Susie Q, that is a great question. And I wanted to make sure that you got the right answer. Casey's been using keto for a lot longer than I have. And so I wanted to throw her in the chat. This is my friend Casey. I wanted to throw her in so she could answer your question. And then I would say, Casey, I would tell Casey, my sponsor, why I put her in. I would say, Casey, she wants to know, she's really interested, but she wants to know if she could use this if she has Crohn's. Then Casey would back me up and say, oh my gosh, yes, you could totally use this if you have Crohn's. I would highly recommend the chocolate for the max because it has a prebiotic, right? I don't say anything. All I'm doing is introducing, hey, this is my friend Casey. I never say this is my upline or this is my sponsor because again, your friends and family don't understand that language. They don't know what sponsor or upline means. So then they're like, what? If you just say, hey, this is my girlfriend Casey, she's been using keto and she has an awesome testimony and she would know the answer to that question. So that's why I put her in the chat. Then they know why you added someone into your conversation and then they feel more comfortable. So it's not an awkward situation, it's just an easy flowing conversation. All right. I can't keep up with everybody's chat. Awesome. Well, okay, so if they don't, if this is how you get past that. Because someone said my people aren't asking great questions. If they say anything to you, if they say something like, "That was really interesting," I would, I would say, "Well, would you be interested in trying it?" And if they say, "Yeah, maybe," or if they say anything, then I would throw Casey in and say, "Hey, this is my friend Casey. She's been using ketones. I wanted her to share a little bit about how she's been feeling since she started keto. That way I can give her a testimony. I can give her an instant testimony of somebody else who's having success because maybe I just started ketones and I'm on like day 2. I don't really have a testimony, right? I might say, gosh, I feel great today. I have awesome energy. But if I've been only doing it for a couple of days or a week, I don't really have that much of a testimony, right? Casey does. Casey's been doing this since last June. So I would say something like, I'm so excited you want to try it. This is my friend Casey. I threw her in because she's been using ketones since June and she has an awesome testimony and I just have to hear it. Make it exciting, make it fun. So engage people immediately with your sponsor or your sponsor or their sponsor, someone in your direct upline. The importance of the connect is just insane. Like I can tell you that I can tell you that Aaron might do it. I can tell you that Anita and Chad do it. I can tell you that Justin does it. Jennifer does it. Chrissy does it. Anybody who's ranking up and moving fast has watched and connected. They have connected every time. And so it does work. And so if you connect people with your upline team, they can come in and do third-party validation. They can answer questions more confidently than you can. And you don't have to be the expert. So if I message my friend Tracy and I tell her about ketones, and I'm talking to her about ketones, and she's listening and she's asking questions and I'm using all these big words and I'm trying to like scientifically explain it to her and I'm way over her head and way over my head. If she's thinking about joining my team, if she has a great experience, she's probably thinking, oh, I don't know any of that stuff. Like, I don't know about ketones. Like, I could never talk to somebody about ketosis like that. Then it makes her not want to, like, think she can't do what I do, right? But if we connect her, if I connect and say, hey, this is my friend Casey Tracy, she had an awesome testimony, she's been doing this, she can answer any of your questions, that takes the heat off me, right? It takes the pressure off me and then it introduces Tracy to Casey. And Casey seems like the expert. And then Tracy's like, well, I can totally do that. I could connect, Kelly with some of my friends. So it's just kind of like a learning thing. It's a training thing, and it's great for third-party validation. So don't forget the connect part. It's super, super important. After the connect, your sponsor is going to kind of take you through that conversation, and hopefully the outcome will be the experience. It might not be on your first engagement. So maybe you talk to somebody and they're at work. So I jump in a 3-way and I talk to you and I answer your friend's questions. And then she's like, well, I definitely want to know more. Let me think about it. And if I have any other questions, I'll let you know. And then I'm already in that chat with her. So maybe when she goes home from work and she's getting on the website, she might come back on and say, well, hey, which one should I order? Do you know, I don't know which flavor to order or which one should I start with? I'm already in that conversation with y'all. And so I can say, hey, you know what? What are your goals? What are you looking to achieve? Do you need energy? Are you looking for focus? Are you looking for weight loss? And so I'm already there. We've already established that conversation so they can easily come back and forth and ask questions until they're comfortable enough to close an experience. And so experience would be the next step. It's watch, connect, and experience. So I never want to convince anyone. I don't want to have to convince someone to go to my website and order ketones. I don't. And I'm so glad I don't have to, because I got an experience pack, so I have experiences. So I can say, hey, don't take my word for it. I just want you to try it on your own. Take it for 5 days. And if you don't love it, don't buy it. But if you do, then you can order. That's the great thing about having the experience pack, because I can sell them at a 5-day for $25. I mean, most people will invest $25 to try something new, $32 for the max. It's still super reasonable. And then I don't have to tell them anything. I just have to say, hey, do you want to try it? It's $25. Just try it and tell me what you think. No pressure. Then they can, send you $25 or $32, and then guess what? They're going to experience their own benefits from ketones. And most people love it initially, immediately. Like day 3 seems to be the aha day. Day 3 just seems to be the aha moment, and they say, oh my gosh, holy smokes, this stuff is amazing. And they hit you back and say, how do I order this stuff? Okay, so the experience part is really important. You also need to give people reasonable expectations of a 5-day. So it's your job to explain to them what we have, right? Because they won't know what we have unless you tell them. Sorry, somebody's not muted and I'm driving me crazy. Try this again. Sometimes when they pop on late, it's like that one single person is not muted and I can hear it in my ear. So the 5-day experience is you're going to tell them, hey, they say, okay, I want to try it. They're going to ask you, which one do you think I should try? Or what do you think I should do? You're going to ask them questions. You want to know what they're wanting to experience. Do they need better sleep? Are they looking for energy? Are they one of those people that are like exhausted with twin toddlers? I mean, what's their expectation? Are they looking for a weight loss product? Because this isn't one. Okay, hear me, and I'm going to say that again. This is not a weight loss product. Okay, we don't market it as a weight loss product. It is absolutely nothing to do with a weight loss product. This is exogenous ketones. Okay, that is like, it absolutely drives me crazy. It's the loudest thing possible is when someone doesn't have their phone muted. And I know it's easy to forget, but if you guys jump on, always make sure your phones are muted. It's the easiest thing. You have to ask questions. So ask them because you want to know what they're wanting to experience. If you know, and they're talking to you and they're like, oh, I want to lose weight and it's all about weight, you need to make it very clear that this is not a weight loss product. It's exogenous ketones. It's a fuel source for the human body. It can help with body recomposition and fat loss, but it does so much more than that. We never want to knock it down to being a fad or a quick fix weight loss product, because that's not what it is. And I know it's hard because we have such radical testimonies. Even on this team, we have some just like heart-stopping testimonies on fat loss and body recomp. You look at Marcy's picture and you're like, holy crap. I mean, it looks like this is for weight loss, right? It's not necessarily, but Marcy feels fantastic. Marcy's not eating crap. Her caloric intake is less. Marcy has energy to move more. Marcy has her metabolism up, her body is functioning at peak performance, so she is losing body fat and she is body recomp. But ask her if she's had a migraine since she started ketones. You know what I mean? So there's so much more to it. So I know initially on the jump, someone can think this is a weight loss product, but it absolutely isn't. And so when you're going into the experiences, the 5-day experiences, it's your job to give them realistic expectations. So remember that. And you want to make sure you explain the differences in the ketones. So that they're all exogenous ketones. They're all going to put you into ketosis within 30 minutes to an hour. But you need to know, this is very important, so write this down if you're new. The orange has MCT in it. It's a medium chain triglyceride, so it's a high healthy fat content. It's really, really good for you in many aspects, right? However, it is sometimes hard on the digestive system. So if someone already has a sensitive stomach, or they may have Crohn's or whatever, you may say, maybe you should start with the chocolate or the max. And yes, it can definitely give you some bubble guts. But you need to tell people, hey, overcome the objections before they happen. So if you tell them, hey, if Tracy says, I want to lose weight, I want energy, I'm exhausted all the time, I need to sleep, and I need to lose weight, I'm going to say, I think you should try the orange. But I'm going to tell you, it could give you diarrhea, and it could give you a stomach ache for the first couple of days, even a couple weeks. So I would suggest if it does, it might not, but if it does, to take a digestive enzyme. It helps a lot. And I would stress to her the importance of her taking in enough water. I have to tell people when they take a 5-day experience, I say, look, this could cause you to add it. Ketones are salt. It's beta hydroxybutyrate, right? So it acts as a diuretic. So not only do you have to drink water, you have to drink twice as much as you normally would because it's depleting you of water. So if most people say I drink water, they really don't, number one. And number two, if they say I drink a lot of water, they don't. And even if they think they do, they need to drink more, especially with ketones. So you have to tell people that, because if you don't, day 1 or 2, they're gonna have a raging headache and they're gonna feel like garbage. So you need to tell them up front, hey, ketones can act as a diuretic, so make sure you're taking water. If you can't drink water, if you hate water, take an electrolyte. You can take an unflavored one, throw it in water. It makes you, it helps tremendously. So I'm going to overcome those objections before I hand them a 5-day, especially about the orange. I can't tell you how many times I have had someone come to me and say, oh my gosh, my customer has raging diarrhea. She's so sick. She has a headache. And I'm like, is she taking the orange? Yeah. Did you tell her to start with a half? No. I'm like, oh, you should have told her to start with a half. So it's important that you say, hey, the orange is amazing. It has absolutely awesome appetite suppression, and you have great energy and control over food. But for the first couple of days, take a quarter or a half and see how your body adjusts to it. If you're fine, take the other half in the afternoon. If you have diarrhea or a stomach ache, then keep taking half for a few days. It's your job to make sure that they love their 5-day experience, to do everything in your power to ensure that. Another thing that I do when I sell a 5-day is I tell them point blank, I am going to be messaging you every single night, and I want you to give me your honest opinion on how you feel, because I really want you to have success with this product. That way you're setting them up to answer you when you message them and ask them how they feel. Then they don't feel bad to tell you the truth. And I tell them, I say, be honest. If you have a headache, let me know. If there's something that's bothering you, let me know, because it could be a simple fix. Excuse me. If you don't like the taste, don't let that stop you, because I can fix it. Like, there's no excuse. You should love this. There's so many ways to mix it. Don't worry. If you don't like it, let me know. That's why I tell them up front, I'm checking in with you every night for 5 days, because I want to know how you're doing. That's going to help them and going to help you make sure that they have success. I can tell you that I've gone through, oh my God, probably more than that, but probably a dozen experience packs. Everyone I've sold an experience to has either bought from me or joined my team, I would say 90% of the time. I make sure that I have 10 customers every single month. That's my goal. I want 10 new customers every single month. That's my personal goal. So even as a rank 8, I still sell experiences. I still watch, connect, experience, and enroll. So I still go through experience packs and do 5-day experiences, because I want to continue getting 5-day customers every single month. So it's important that we continue to do these things throughout our business, okay? So making sure that they're equipped, they know which one they want to try, they know objections overcome, and make sure that you have a clear expectation so they have a great experience, because this is the outcome. They're going to enroll. Okay, so it's watch, connect, experience, and then the whole outcome is wanting them to enroll as a 30-day customer or as a promoter. And a lot of people are asking, I get this a lot, how do you get a 30-day customer? How do you get people to make the jump from a 5-day into ordering? I straight up ask them. If they don't come to me on day 3 or 4 and say, oh my gosh, this stuff is awesome, I want more, how do I order it? Then I go to them and I say, how did you feel? What did you think? And if it's like, yeah, I loved it, it was great, then I say, okay, can I help you enroll as a customer, a 30-day customer? I ask them, are you ready to enroll as a 30-day customer? So ask. Sometimes you don't have because you simply don't ask. You're not following up enough. You're not checking in, or you're not asking for the sale. Super important that you transition your 5-day experience people into 30-day customers. If someone has a so-so experience on a 5-day, then I tell them it is absolutely crucial for you to get into a 30-day. 5 days wasn't enough for you. I'm telling you, if you can commit to 30 days, in 2 weeks, you're going to kiss my face and love me, because you're going to have 2 weeks of ketones and you're going to feel fantastic and you're going to have your aha moment. And so I say, will you commit to the 30 days? And then I say, you know what? If you don't love it, I'll buy it back from you. because I know I can sell them, because I know I sell my samples all the time. So I assure my friends, if you don't like it, I'll buy it back from you. You don't have to do that. I do it, and I haven't had to do it. I haven't had to buy it back from anybody because they do love it. You know, I personally don't tell people about our 90-day money back guarantee because that puts the thought in their mind that they're going to return it. So I never talk about the money back guarantee. Why would we? I mean, if it comes down to that and they ask at a later date, so be it. Don't put that thought into your customer's head. Don't give them an out. That's the worst thing you could do. We don't want people to know that we have a 90-day money back guarantee because people will do it just to do it. That's not good marketing. Okay. If it comes up and they ask you, of course, and you say, yes, you can return it, but don't even put in their head that they have that out. Make it where they love ketones. Figure it out. Follow up enough and care enough about who you're selling to that you make sure they have success. If they're not, you get them in a 3-way conversation with me. You get them with your upline and then you tell them, hey, she's struggling with a headache. And then I'm going to tell them, girl, I'm sorry, but I'm 99.9% sure you're dehydrated. You've got to drink water. And then I might give her some suggestions. Or if they say, I just can't stomach the stuff, it's god awful. Then I ask them, how are you drinking it? What are you mixing it with? And if they are mixing the chocolate with water and they're gagging, I say, oh, I don't blame you. I do too until I put it in coffee. So then I will find a way. So I always tell people, make sure you're following up with your 5-day experiencers, because if you treat them really, really good, if you have excellent customer service, they will buy from you. They'll commit to a 30-day, especially if you baby them and follow them through and really ensure their success. So watch, connect, experience, and enroll. That's it. Like literally, that's what I do every day. People ask me all the time, well, what do you do every day? I get as many eyeballs on that campfire video as humanly possible. I will go through my Facebook page every single day. I will go through my Instagram. I will reach through my phone book in my cell phone and say, okay, who have I not talked to today about ketones? Who do I need to go back to that I talked to a month ago and they weren't ready? Every day. And I say, hey, can you watch this quick video and hit me back and tell me what you think? If you don't utilize the campfire video, no one will know what you're talking about. They just won't. If you put the campfire video in front of them, or if you put Rob DeVore in front of them with the Drink Your Sample video, and that's one of your other websites, it's Drink Your Sample, whatever your referral code is, drinkyoursample.com. Rob DeVore is really good. He knows his stuff. And when Rob is describing the product and talking about what it does, I mean, you just can't help but listen. Like you're stuck on him, and it's so poignant, and he speaks really well about the product, and he knows what he's talking about. And he's this big buff dude, so it's like, it's just good. It's a great video. If I have a lot of guys, or if I have fitness people or athletes, I'm sending them the Rob DeVore video. It's a done deal. So utilize those tools that Pruvit gives you. You don't always have to go with a campfire video. You can lead with Rob's video too. Just say, hey, same thing. Will you watch this quick video and hit me back and tell me what you think? That is the key to success. People cannot buy from you if they don't know what you have and if you don't ask them to. No one's going to be running down, knocking your door down saying, hey, I think you're selling something. I want to buy it. It doesn't work that way. You have to reach out to people and you have to educate them and show them what you have. And so in my old business, I had to explain 16 products. And so I had to go find people that I had to figure out which products they needed and if they would work for them, and try to figure out who I was going to sell to. It was hard. It was a heck of a lot harder than this is. I can promise you that. We have one product, exogenous ketones. It works. It's scientifically, medically proven to work. Prove it every single time, no matter what. So we have an awesome product, and we have tools to help us explain the product. So all we have to do is literally send them a link. We don't even have to say that much. And then with the connect, you're connecting them with a tool. So you're connecting them with one of us, or you're connecting them with a Tuesday night call that they can listen to, or you're connecting them with a YouTube video, or a huddle call. I don't care. Any kind of tool that Pruvit gives you. It could be a Dr. Andy live on Wednesday. It could be a Dr. Heather Cardin live on Wednesday. Maybe you send them the link to that. Those are tools, and that's the same as connecting. You're giving them a third-party validation. And that's what you want. That's the whole basis of this business, is to start by creating curiosity and excitement, and then lead into watch, connect, experience, and enroll. Yes, it's very important to talk about GI issues. And there was a question up here I wanted to get back to. Oh, Alicia, she said, what do you do if you're not getting a lot of likes? Okay, so Natalie kind of talked about this yesterday, and we talked about this a couple of times in the huddle call. Everyone has their own degree of influence. So I may be super influential. I may have a personality, or I may have worked for 41 years to build my influence. So if you haven't, and you're not one of those people that have really utilized your influence, maybe you haven't used your influence, you haven't built your influence, and so you don't have that skill set at this point, that's okay. You can grow that. That's a skill set that you can grow and develop. So I would say reach out to your sponsor and ask them to help you. Ask them to look at your Facebook page or your Instagram or whatever you're using to post on social media, and ask them for their honest opinion. Who was it? I think was it you, Lynn? I think it was Lynn. Lynn sent a message. I love people that are proactive. Like I just love when people reach out to me and say, hey, I'm a 3. Like, I am ready for this. Like, I want to do whatever you say to do. Like, she put me and her sponsors in a group message yesterday after the March Madness video. And she's like, I'm in. Like, help me. Like, I'm 100% and I want this so much. And that means a lot to me. Like, I really took that to heart, because she didn't have to put me in the message. She could have just put her sponsors in, but she reached out to me too. And I love that. So now I know, maybe I knew before, but now I really know Lynn's 100%, right? But she asked me something I thought was really interesting. She said, hey, is my social media okay? Am I posting, or does it seem too stealthy? You know what that told me? She recognizes the importance of her social media, number one, and she's coachable, because she asked me for my honest opinion. So she was willing to hear the answer. So if you are having an issue with either not getting likes, not getting engagement, it could be a slight tweak in your verbiage, or maybe adding a photo, or maybe lengthening it or shrinking it. It could be something so simple that you don't notice, but if you ask and you're willing to hear the answer and you're coachable to your upline to say, hey, is my social media okay? Or hey, how do I appear on social media? Or are my posts okay, engaging? If you're willing to hear the answer, your sponsors will help you, because they're going to recognize, they're going to say, well, that's kind of long. Like, you need to, they're a little bit too lengthy. You need to shorten them a little bit, a little less content, a little more excitement. You know what I mean? And that's not a negative thing. That's just to say, hey, this is what's working. Candy and David they excel on social media. They're just very gifted in social media. But ask them why. They've invested in that. They've paid for training, and they've sat and invested time. They've learned. It's something that they've invested in, and they have a strong skill set for social media. They may not have always had that, but they invested in that, and so now they're very, very good with social media. So if you are not, then you need to be following someone like David and Candy and just saying, hey, I'm going to watch what they post, because they're getting a ton of engagement. Now, I personally don't mind when people share my posts. I don't want you to share my post and say exactly what I say. What I would love you to do is, if you like my post and you see something that you think is awesome and you think I got a lot of engagement, copy and paste it, but tweak it to your own personality. So you might not talk like I do. Maybe you're not from Florida, you don't say y'all. So you might not post, if you post something and you use my verbiage or my language to your friends, it might feel ingenuine. Do you know what I mean? So if you see something you like, share it. Copy and paste it, never share. Copy and paste it, but tweak it a little bit. Change it. Make it your own, so it's not, I don't see 50 times in my newsfeed the exact same thing. That was my pet peeve in my old company. Nobody could be original. It was the same stuff every day, all the time, and no one bought into it, because everybody knew someone in the company, and so they'd see the exact same thing, and it seemed very ungenuine. And so I don't want us to ever seem like that. So always tweak things and change it up a little bit so it's you. And it could be the same content. It could say the same thing, but put your personality on it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Yes, change it up. Do you reach out to the people that haven't responded to you but are just a contact? So what I do is, I typically, if I reach out to someone that I know personally, like if they're in my inner circle, I know them in my life, and I send them a message and they don't get back to me within 24 hours, I might message it again and say, hey, did you see I messaged you? I'm really excited about something. Hit me back, because I know them and I feel comfortable doing that, right? If it's somebody I don't really know and they're on my Facebook, they're like an acquaintance, I might wait a couple days or even a week, and then I may hit them back and say, hey, I reached out to you last week because I wanted to share something with you that I thought that could really help you or that you may be interested in. If you get a chance, let me know if you received my message. And that way they might just say, yeah, I got it. And when they say, yeah, I got it, if they don't respond, they're not interested. So then you can just move along. Or if they say, oh my gosh, I did and I read it and I meant to respond. I can't tell you how many times I do that. So I kind of give people that leeway because I'll read a text message or a message on Facebook and I mean to go right away and respond. And then I have 50 other things to do and so I forget. It's not that I didn't want to respond. I just forgot. And so sometimes a little reminder the next day to say, hey, I messaged you. Did you get it? My poor team has to do that to me too. Aaron will be like, hey, I messaged you. Did you see it? Or I'll have Chrissy, did you, I called you. Did you not answer? Or Amy, oh, hey, I sent you a text. Did you see it? I'm like, dang it, I meant to respond to you and I forgot. So you have to remind people sometimes because sometimes people just get busy or they're at work when they read it and they can't respond and then they get home and they forget. So if I send a message to a friend, I'll give them a day. If they don't respond, I'll talk to them that night. If I give an acquaintance a day or so or a week at the most, and then I'll hit them back and say, hey, I sent you a message, just reaching out, let me know if you got the message. And that way, if they don't respond at all, I know they read it, I'll just move on and not waste my time. I personally think that this specific product in this business, if you've just joined, you should be all over your inner circle. You should want everybody in your whole family to be trying ketones. You should want every one of your best friends, all your girlfriends that you go to the bar with, or that you go play cards with, or that you have mom's night out or play dates. Every single one of those friends should be taking ketones. They should be on a 5-day experience. And they should be at least on a Zoom. They should be on a Zoom with you, learning about the company and learning about the opportunity because they're your friend, right? When I left my company, I resigned from a 4-year stint with another network marketing company. It was really difficult. I wanted to take every one of my friends with me. That was my initial thought, right? I wanted to, but I didn't because of professional reasons. But my friends that were like my friends before my company, of course I brought with me. Of course I wanted to tell them about it. So I brought all my inner circle with me because they're my friends. How could I do something this incredible and not have my friends on board? So if you are brand new, those are the first people I would reach out to. I would get with all your girlfriends and be like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to you about what I'm doing. I know you're going to think I'm crazy at first, but just listen, jump on this Zoom tonight and let's just hear this because I would love to do this with you. Like how fun would it be to travel and get to hang out together and make money? Be excited. Like tell everyone you know, all of your friends about this opportunity and about this product because those are the easy ones, right? Those are the people that they're probably going to say yes just because they love you, or they'll say no to you and it won't devastate you. It won't cause you to be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I can't, right? No one will say yes, right? So it's a good way to get a couple no's to get strong and say, okay, I got a couple no's. I'm going to continue to shoot the campfire video. I'm going to continue to share. I'm going to continue to invite people on a Zoom. We do Zooms quite a bit. Like Monday and Tuesday night is like a freebie. Like we literally have a call that corporate does that we don't have to do anything but dial in and listen, right? So you should have so many people dialed into that Monday and Tuesday night call. That is the easiest form of marketing that we have. I mean, literally like you have to do nothing. If they have a phone, they can dial in and just listen. So your job is to invite people and send them the call in and say, hey, Dr. Andy is going to be on tonight at 9:15. She is amazing. She's been doing ketones in her practice for 10 years. She is a firecracker, and I want you to hear about ketones from her specifically. You dial into this and just listen to her for 15 or 20 minutes. That's the kind of message you should be sending people, or you should, better yet, you should call them on the phone and say, hey, Dr. Jacob is going to be on. He's super hot. He's young. He knows all things keto. You've got to dial into this call and listen to this guy. I don't care what you say. Get people on the call. Get them excited. Draw them in. And always utilize those Monday and Tuesday night calls. Holy smokes, that's like easy. That's like free marketing, right? So never let a Monday or Tuesday night go by that you don't have someone dialed into that Monday or Tuesday night call. Same thing for the Zooms. If you haven't had a Zoom with David and Candy or Amanda and Chad or I, you're missing out, because we get on a Zoom and we share about the products for about 15, 20 minutes. A couple people will give testimonies, and then we move into the business. We share our testimonies and we kind of close. And so it gives your friends and family an opportunity to hear from everyday mom and dads using ketones and making a whole lot of money and having a whole lot of fun while doing it. So it's a great opportunity, again, to bring your friends and family onto the Zoom. When I'm talking to someone that I know or a prospect about a Zoom and I want to invite them, I don't use the word Zoom. So I might post on social media, who wants to get on a Zoom call tonight and talk ketones? But when I personally invite, which I always do, I will call or I'll text or I'll message and say, hey, I really want you to learn about this business. I'm so excited about it. Can we FaceTime later? Can we FaceTime tonight at 9? Because FaceTime, everybody knows what that is, right? I mean, most people have iPhone or even Android, and you can FaceTime. There's apps that you can FaceTime. So most people know what that means, and they're comfortable, right? So I might say, hey, let's FaceTime tonight and talk more about the product. You're on day 3, and I know you're ready to jump into a 30-day. So get on the FaceTime tonight, and let's talk. Or, hey, I have a couple girlfriends that want to get on FaceTime and share their testimony because they have Crohn's too, and they've had awesome results. I might say something like that. So I don't say Zoom when I'm talking to my prospects about getting on a Zoom. I say FaceTime just because it seems more comfortable. And then when it's time to dial in, I'll say, hey, jump on this FaceTime. A couple of my friends are going to be on there so you can ask questions and learn about the product or the business. It's less intimidating, and it doesn't seem like a business conference call or like a business Zoom, because nobody wants to do those, you know? So watch your verbiage, watch your language. That's just, again, that's a skill set. You'll learn that the longer you're doing things like this. But really, the whole premise of this business is letting people know what we have, showing people the video and showing people the opportunity, because they cannot say yes unless you show it to them. So that's your job, is to show it to them. So we have such an easy way to do that with Watch, Connect, Experience, and Enroll. Like it doesn't get easier than this, I promise you. That's all that we've done. Everybody who's ranked to champ, that's all they've done. They've just done it more and more consistently. And so if you can do that as much as possible and as consistent as possible, you will continue to move up and move forward. The great thing about this, y'all, is that this is a volume-based pay plan. So it's all about customers. It is all about the product, right? And I love that. Like you don't get better than that. You just don't. You can build a team here. You can build a huge team, or you can build a small team of kick-ass people that have amazing sales, and you will still rank to champion. You don't have to have a team of 1,000 people to get to champion. You don't. So you just need to get the right people. And so we need to make sure that you are keeping people that need to be customers. So if someone doesn't have a desire to grow and run and be an entrepreneur, then they definitely don't need to join Prove It. There's zero reason for them to, because they don't get cheaper products. So it's not like you can just join to get a discount. So they're going to pay the same thing you are. So get them on a smart chip and let them stay customers, because that's more beneficial to you and financially in the long run than having them be a very weak promoter. Does that make sense? I know a lot of y'all sometimes are confused. I had a gal the other day talk to me. She had no idea that she should be getting customers every month. She thought that this was all about recruiting. And I thought, oh my gosh, where did we go wrong? Because this is all about customers. Like I would personally rather you go out and get 15 customers a month than promoters. I'll be honest. I want you to build a team, but I want you to build a team that's solid. I want you to build a team of people like-minded that have the same vision and passion as you do, because then it's going to be super easy and super fun, right? So if you're signing people that really don't want to do this as a business, then you're wasting their time and yours. So let's not do that. Let's not just bring anybody in because they'll do it if they don't have a desire to run with the business. Keep them as a customer and make sure that while you're recruiting and as you're building a team, please do not forget to build a customer base, because let me explain something to you via the compensation plan. Longevity, your monthly check will grow exponentially if you have customers. Big time, like ridiculous big time. If you don't have customers, your monthly check is going to be, because monthly commissions are residual customers. So your weekly checks, some of you might have crazy thousands of dollars weekly checks right now. I think somebody told me, and I'm not going to say who it was, I think someone has almost a $7,000 weekly check. You know why? Because they're recruiting their ass off and they're getting experience packs, right? So if you're recruiting and you're getting $240 or $120 every time you have a new promoter join, that's a lot of money during the week, right? Because all those experiences are paid out Friday. But when you slow down and you're not recruiting at that rate, guess what? Your paychecks are going to go a lot smaller during a week. And if you haven't built your customer base to make a hefty monthly paycheck, you're not going to be very happy. So don't forget, as you're recruiting, and you're growing, you want your monthly check to grow, because that's your bread and butter. That's the thing that you know every 15th it's going to be deposited in your paycheck. Every 15th you're going to get that big monthly check. So it's great to have the front side of the compensation plan where you're making tons of money up front, right, off of signing a team. But don't forget about building your monthly check. Customers for that monthly check. So make sure that in the meanwhile that you're building, you don't forget about the customers. It's super important. Yes, you really don't need, it's $30,000 in volume. I mean, your ranks are consistent with volume, not with team. So somebody unmuted themselves or is not muted. Can you check your phone? Someone who has really bad background. If you are heavily recruiting, if you're not heavily recruiting and you're just going out and getting tons of customers, you're bringing volume in. So you might have a team of like 2 or 3 people, and you could go all the way to the top because your volume. In my prior company, it was about recruiting. I had $500,000 in volume every single month and didn't make squat off of it. How crazy is that, right? Insane. But here, we get paid on our volume. So it's like you're getting paid for doing what we do, which is sharing the product. You don't have to go out and recruit 200 to 500 people every month. I used to recruit 400 people plus a month on my team, but that's how I got paid. So here, we don't have to do that. If you want to grow a team, excellent, grow a team, because you can make even more money because they're bringing in volume for you, right? That's the awesome thing about this. And we can share the conversation. So bring in solid people that want to run with you. But if you just build a small team and you have rock stars that love this product and they can move volume, you can get to the top. You don't have to be mad crazy recruiting all the time. It's really what you want to do with it. It's who you bring in. And that's why I tell people, like, I'm not one of those people that recruit 50 people a month into the business. I don't, but I'm more selective on who I bring in. I want someone that wants to work the business. I want someone who wants to run with me and pace me, so I'm not having to like pull them around or like, hey, what are you doing? You want to work? No, like for me, I wake up every morning and I feel lucky to be able to do this. Like in 5 months, the amount of money that we're making for my family is such a blessing. Like it's life-changing for us. Like it gives us hope and security for our future. It gives me stability to be able to help my daughter and her son, my grandson. It gives me less stress or less worry about how we're going to pay the bills and be financially secure. And when you have a big family like I do, you got to have money. You got to have security. And so this opportunity has given me that. And so like what fuels me every day, what gets me out of bed every day is knowing what this opportunity can bring. I want you to have the same thing that I have. And I want you to have the same success because I know what it feels like. And I want other people that I care about to feel that same way and have that same opportunity. So I'm super passionate about the opportunity. But so like a lot of people say, you lead with the business a lot. I do, but it's fueled by the product because it's fueled by my husband and I's testimony on the product. So I love the product. Like I have such belief in the product that it drives me to push the business because it's all about the product. Do you see how that works? We're fueled by the ketones. We see what it is doing for people, and now we see the opportunity to share it with other people is extremely financially beneficial. And it doesn't take a lot of work. It's not like you have to go out and create a formula and figure out how to do it. It's laid out in front of you. All you have to do is apply the steps. And it's watch, connect, experience, and enroll. And you have so much help to do it. So I promise you, like, if you hear me and really get it and the light bulb comes on, you can do this. Like, I don't care where you are right now. You, in a matter of 6 months or a year, you're going to look back and think, holy cow, how did I get here? But you're going to be there. So I'm telling you, like, if you can wrap your head around that and just go all in 100% and just do watch, connect, experience, and enroll, and put yourself out there and send that campfire video and talk to people at the grocery store, talk to people in parent pickup, and just get bold and get passionate about this, I'm telling you, you're going to be like totally mind blown, because I had no idea. Like, I still today have to pinch myself. I was on a call with Michael Rutherford an hour ago, and I thought, I was talking about something, and I said, I can't believe that we just put an offer in on 5 acres. Like, we literally just put an offer in to buy 5 acres in our town. We've wanted to do that for 10 years. There was no way in hell we were going to be able to do it. So not only do we put an offer in, we're paying cash for 50% of that mortgage for that land. Like, I never even dreamed that I could ever do that. And I've done this for 5 years. Like, I know what network marketing can bring. I've made a lot of money in it, but nothing like this, nothing. And so that's why I'm crazy excited about it. And that's why I want you to be crazy excited about it, because I know what happens when you become crazy excited about it. I really do, because there's absolutely nothing special about me that you don't have. I'm not doing anything different than what I'm asking you to do. So I know if I can do it, that means you can too. So if you can jump in, if you can connect, if you can stay connected so tight with your upline and your sponsor and your champion and me, we're gonna bring you with us. We're gonna make sure that you're successful. So if you can do that, you will be successful. It's just gonna happen. So get excited, get passionate about it, let it fuel you, let the thought of what could happen if you go all in and getting to champ and getting a car and all those cool fun things. It's amazing. And if you do it, if you wrap yourself into it and you accept the help and you just go for it, I promise you, in a few weeks, you're going to start seeing things change in your business. You're going to start seeing, if you just joined, you're going to say, holy cow, like, this is awesome. This is so fun. And it's going to fuel you to do more and more and more. And it's just going to be an awesome ride. And we have such a fun company. Like, I mean, how many people that actually get to help other people every day and their products really work? Like, a lot of times products are okay. It's like a dime a dozen. You have a vitamin supplement company, or you write wraps, or it's not like life changing. Like, this is something that's like so much more than we think and even know. Just do the research. Go listen to Dr. Mary Newport for like 10 seconds. And you're just going to be mind blown. I mean, that's why I want you guys to go to Keto Academy so bad, because you sit in that room and you, like, the things that we're not allowed to say on the internet, they stay in the room. So, like, you get what we have, and it will blow your freaking mind off. I'm telling you, you'll be like, holy smokes. And people give testimonies, and they're like doctors, and they put clinical trials up, and they're allowed to say a whole lot more than we are, because it's at a, conference. It'll just, I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind. And wrapping around that you get to market this to people, and the benefits are just awesome. So get excited, get with your sponsor and upline and tell them where you are and what you want to do, so they can connect you with us and we can run with it. Let me see here, just to make sure I don't miss anything. Yay, Amy. Yay. See, I love that. Like, I'm really excited. I know March is going to be huge. We're doing some really huge things. We're getting people running. It's only the second, right? Gosh, this second day, and I think our volume is just crazy, ridiculous. So people are already getting new customers and getting their orders placed. And I know that Max coming out is going to be a huge game changer, because if you have not tried it, it's really good, like really, really tasty. I love the orange, and I love the Max. I think they're both good, but I'm not a huge fan of the chocolate. But when I tried Swiss Max, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a freaking game changer. It's like drinking like a big chocolate milk right before bed, because I do the non-caffeine before bed. So stinking good. So people are going to try that, and it's just going to go like crazy. So I know sales are going to be through the roof. People are going to get so excited about it. And the benefits of being max, so cool, so awesome. So I'm really excited about that. So many new things coming in the pipeline. I think Jennifer E posted the new Slim Packs. If you haven't seen that, check out your Pulse app, check the Prove It Facebook page, and yes, and make sure, what's tomorrow? Friday? Oh, it's Friday. Yay. Make sure you're on the huddle call tomorrow at noon. So Monday through Friday, every day at noon Eastern is the huddle call for y'all that are new. Okay, so the Pulse app is crazy. Sometimes the Pulse app for new people will not load, and I don't know what it is, but some people have to like download it, delete it, upload it, delete it a couple of times. If your Pulse app doesn't work, you need to email support, because that's like your lifeline to Prove It. So you need to have that work. So just email support@proveithq.com and tell them that your Pulse app doesn't work, and maybe they can, I don't know if they'll send you like a link or something that you can download, but you have to have that Pulse app. It's super important. So if you don't, make sure that you message support so you can, okay, good. So you can make sure you get that, because you do not want to miss it. Everything is linked to your Pulse app. Go ahead, Amy. Should I start a question? I don't know. I would just reach out to her and say something like, hey, I saw that you liked my post about being tired. I can tell you that I was tired all the time, or whatever your story is. I used to take a nap every day. Stacy has an awesome testimony. She said she was the nap queen. She literally took a nap every single day. And then she started taking Max, and she hasn't taken a nap since. She has so much energy. So I would just use it like as a testimonial and just say, hey, I saw that you were super tired, or you liked a post about being really tired. I have a solution I would love you to try if you want to experience awesome energy. Something like that. Just kind of hit up your own testimony and share that ketones have an awesome energy source. I always try to make it personal. Like if you see someone post something about being tired, that's the open door. That's when you message them and say, oh, girlfriend, I used to be tired too, or whatever, you know, and then send them the campfire video and tell them to watch it. If you see someone that's posting, oh my gosh, I need to lose weight, I'm so tired of, you know, this whatever, and being Dr. Mary Newport, being overweight or whatever, that's your door. Like if someone posts on social media and they open the door, run through it, message them and say, hey, I saw your post, and man, I have something that could totally help you. I would love for you to watch this video and tell me what you think. And when they hit you back, say you want to try a 5-day, you know, hook them up, connect them with a sponsor, and give them a tool. I know I've kept you guys on for really late, so I'm going to wrap it up and let you guys go. But don't forget tomorrow huddle call, and I think Candy and David jumped off, but I think that they're either the West or the Strayhans are hosting a Zoom tomorrow. I want to think it's one of them. We'll send a link. So that's when we have a Zoom for potentials. You just invite people, and they, you know, invite them on, and they come on, and we'll just talk about the product and the opportunity. So I think we're doing one tomorrow. It's probably at 10 Eastern, because I think it's usually 9 Central, but I will double check and make sure I post it in the Biohackers page. All right, you guys have a fantastic night, and I will talk to you later.